Provincial health authorities advised to recruit fighter jets to conduct a flypast tomorrow. And Kokoda Track Foundation highlights for the past 22 months.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Voy. Thank you for joining us. The Minister for Health, Elias Kapavore, recently stressed on the need for provincial health authorities to fill in 7,000 plus critical vacant positions in the country. The minister made this announcement in Port Moresby recently.
In 2025, Marabaroso government has made available more than 230, or let's say 230 million kina to address vacancies, especially in the 21 PHs in the country. The PHs total staff that we need today must be more than 30,000 positions. We have filled 18,000 of those. That's including the church health services. We have filled 18,000, more than 18,000 positions. That leaves a gap of 13,000. So we've identified, from the 13,000, we've identified 7,150 positions that must be filled as soon as possible. And that is the basis for the budget allocation of more than 230 million kina this year by the government.
He said from the overall vacancies, around 7,000 plus were identified to be critical, to which the allocated budget will cater for.
The first time in our country for the government to make available that kind of funding. There was an instruction already by the Department of Health through the Secretary's office to the 21 PHs that by now, in the first quarter of this year, we must see the advertisements coming up from all the PHs in our country. By June this year, we must see recruitments happening.
He further highlighted on the health centers in need of staff.
We have new hospitals like Hela Hospital. We have hospitals like Goroka Hospital that was completed some 5-6 years ago, not fully operational. We have just completed Boram Hospital in Wewak. Especially Wewak, East Peak PHA, I'm just saying, as an example, they received more than nearly 15 million kina to address staff manpower shortfall this year alone. That is enough to actually recruit more than 200, 300 staff this year for one PHA. So, Enga Hospital, they nearly got about 15 to 20 million kina in the PE this year. That is to address clinics like they wanted were completed. Many of the clinics that were completed by ADB and the DFAT, and like Bulolo and Munching and Miniamia. Many of these health facilities were completed for the last 2 years. There were no staff.
The minister stressed that he is aware there are medical graduates currently in need of employment and said they will be following up with the provincial health authorities to ensure that efforts are being made to recruit accordingly. The health minister further commented on the need to do away with temporary and short-term contracts for critical roles in the health sector. His statement follows the recent incident at the National Cancer Centre at the Angau Memorial General Hospital in Lae. So about 19 staff from the National Cancer Centre at the Angau Memorial General Hospital halting work in protest over the National Health Department's failure to address their petition submitted in 2024. All 19 staff have been serving under short-term contracts and casual positions and demanded permanent positions for the centre.
Again, I want to say this today. The CEO for Morobe PHA has enough funds now to recruit all those staff and address them. There must be no more excuses to the CEOs of PHAs. You have given the funding, you have to do the needful, advise the positions and make sure that they recruit accordingly.
He further elaborated on the importance of such recruitment.
So when you recruit a health worker, all these allowances are also already configured in the Alaska payroll system. It just automatically pays them. So the way forward is to recruit these 19 staff or more if they need for the cancer facility at Ley, and they can also pay the allowances automatically through the Alaska payroll system.
The minister said they need to do away with temporary and short-term contracts for critical roles in the health sector.
Advertise the positions and recruit the staff into the system, so that we come out from these short-term contracts, temporary contracts. All this nonsense has to stop. Advertise the positions and attach the positions on a permanent position, so they can be fully paid as per their salary range, and all their allowances can be paid through the Alaska payroll system.
Following criticisms, especially from social media, the health minister advised the public that the structure officiated in Mulbaya of Western Highlands province during his visit was a rest house for pregnant women about to go into labor. He said the structure, called a Malolo house, was a concept initiated in Western Highlands to address infant mortality and mothers losing their lives during labor in the country.
They established they call it a Malolo house. It's a house, Malolo house, a resting house for mothers to come in before they deliver. So that's the purpose of that particular building. It's similar to the bush house type, and in there you have good sleeping facilities. They have mattresses in there, pillows, and they have bags for babies who will be born, and the mothers, and even gifts for mothers who actually bring along their wives to deliver at the health center. I actually support that program. Me plan no amla foul line no gona kadim ripo natin lo amla house kuna yo wanim. The concept, the aim, the purpose of that particular building, Emi maskisim strumla tok tok. It has to be emphasized over and over again that we are now doing what we need to do to reduce the number of mothers dying during childbirth, dying during delivery, so that's childbirth, and the number of babies who are dying today.
Prime Minister James Marape described his recent visit to the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, or ABC, archives as an emotional and deeply moving experience as he explored historical recordings and documents capturing Papua New Guinea's journey to independence. Deputy Opposition Leader James Nomane said Papua New Guinea needs good leadership to address the spike in crimes and violence against women and girls in the country.
With the increased number of crimes throughout PNG, the Deputy Opposition Leader urged the members of Parliament to do what is right for the country.
In February 2025, we have yet again seen a spike in violent crimes against our women and girls. We have seen a spike in violent crimes involving illegal guns and offensive weapons. This has resulted in the brutal murders of innocent women and girls and innocent people. These incidents have not been isolated to our capital city of Port Moresby, but have happened in once peace-loving communities like the New Guinea Islands, Kokopo, and Kimbe. Something is happening that is affecting the national psyche, that is affecting the way citizens think and behave. As members of Parliament, it is incumbent on us as legislators to do the right thing and drive policy that will effectively curb and arrest this spike in violent crime. There is no command and control in the police force with the current Minister for Police and the current Commissioner. There is no discipline in the Papua New Guinea Defence Force with the brutal our health and education sector. This is all clearly spelled out in the preamble of the Constitution, in our national goals and directive principles. Why can't we start doing the right thing and adhere to the wisdom of our founding fathers?
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
The Australian High Commission in Port Moresby has announced that two Royal Australian Air Force F-35A Lightning fighter jets will conduct a flypast over Jackson's International Airport tomorrow, Monday the 24th of February 2025, en route to Australia.
The jets, part of the 75 Squadron, based at Royal Australian Air Force Base Tyndall in the Northern Territory, will be visible in Port Moresby airspace between 12:45 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. The event is expected to capture the attention of local residents, with the aircraft performing their flypast over the city and its surrounding areas. Just days ago, military intelligence noted 3 Chinese warships conducting live fire drills in the Tasman Sea off the coast of Sydney, further fueling geopolitical tensions in the Pacific. While the Papua New Guinea government has been fully briefed on the flypast and diplomatic clearance have been granted, officials have noted that the event could be subjected to last-minute changes or cancellations due to air traffic control, weather conditions, or operational requirements. Locals near Jackson's International Airport are encouraged to keep an eye on the skies for a rare opportunity to witness these state-of-the-art fighter jets in action. The Australian High Commission also stressed the flypast's significance in demonstrating Australia's continued military presence and cooperation in the region. James Gukan, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 Kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 Kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
I'm living business Lomindo. Okay, boss rate Lomi, kay Lomi.
From Hatok Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. An appalled Bel-Isi PNG condemned the recent number of tragic and brutal sexual assaults and murders of women in Port Moresby, as well as the ongoing level of family violence perpetrated against women in Papua New Guinea.
In a recent statement, Bel-Isi PNG, a Santos Foundation program aimed at combating family and sexual violence in the country, strongly condemned the acts of crime and called upon government to lead all sectors of society, including private sector, community leaders, law enforcement, and individuals, to take immediate, decisive action to address the increasingly escalating issue of violence against women and girls. They call for the implementation of stronger legal protections, prosecution of perpetrators, more accessible support systems for survivors, and the creation of awareness programs that challenge harmful gender norms and attitudes. Their call joins the masses in light of the escalating prevalence of family and sexual violence, gender-based violence, and sorcery accusation-related violence. Bel-Isi PNG notes working extensively with private sector, subscribers and partners, as well as government partners to address family and sexual violence, using the workforce as an entity point, but admit more is still need to be done in this combat. Estagane, National EMTV News.
Kokoda Track Foundation CEO Dr. Genevieve Nelson gave highlights of KTF's journey over the past 12 months during the Archers Program certificate presentation recently.
Dr. Genevieve said education remains their foundation, with thousands of students gaining access to learning via their Ford colleges and teacher training programs.
In 2024, we delivered FODE across 14 locations in partnership with the wonderful PNG Sustainable Development Program, who we partner with in Western Province, Newmont, who we work with in New Ireland Province, the Australian and PNG governments in Oro Province and the Track, and Kina Bank, the Satheo Foundation, Canadian High Commission and the Motu Koita Assembly in NCD.
Dr. Genevieve said last year, 2,250 students have been enrolled across these 14 centers, and 80% of them completed their training successfully.
And we had an average completion rate of 80%, an extraordinary effort for these very rural and disadvantaged areas.
She said for this year, 515 teachers have been enrolled across their centers. However, Dr. Genevieve said they are going to increase the number of centers as well as the number of students to 3,000 across these colleges. She further stated that next month they will host the first graduation of Ballymore Teachers College.
We're so proud to be the education partner of SDP in Western Province, And next month we will hold the first graduation of a cohort of primary teachers trained at the Ballamo College, the first D-Hurst accredited teachers college in Western Province.
She further stated this.
We're also excited to partner with SDP and the Australian Government's PI program and offer the in-service diploma of primary teaching from this year, supporting elementary teachers to upgrade to primary teachers to support the government with their 166 transition.
Two new primary schools in the Ambanob local level government in Medang were proud recipients of 50,000 kina each from the provincial member for Medang, Ramzi Pariwa, to build new classrooms.
These schools are Saint Primary School in Ward 16 and Obe Bethel Primary School in Ward 15 of South Ambanob LLG. Both schools were established by parents and the community themselves from sales of their betel nut, garden produce and cocoa after their students walked long distances to Behir and Gum primary schools in the recent past years. Governor Pariwa commended the parents and the community at Saint and Obe Bethel for taking the initiative to do something to help their children's education instead of waiting for the government.
Time you believe now you taking first step and now go back and finish it. And talk about God, yeah? I'm not talking me. I'm straight to me, Abrus.
Both schools have made numerous attempts to have their schools registered, but according to their board chairman, many times they were denied by the Medang District Education Advisor. However, the two communities were appreciative that an officer from the Teaching Services Commission, Kenneth Kalai, guaranteed to assist in the registration of their schools.
Registration of schools. I have no business for you. I work for me. You know, don't worry. So, our community was saying, like I said, finding time long. Start one time in, about me briefing. Because now my story when you okay long play click. So, all board of management na administrators may be can sit down when we briefing the process and procedures logo na registering school blah.
A community leader at Saint Village thanked Governor Pariwa for the generous assistance to the new Saint Primary School, stating that such an investment by a leader would greatly assist the future generation. Louis Maingo, National EMTV News.
With an emphasis on students being the assets for a sustainable future, the Jiwaka provincial government allocated 4 million kina to assist Jiwaka students who are attending tertiary institutions around Papua New Guinea.
Provincial member Simon Kaiwi expressed that it was only fair that the provincial government intervene with the assistance scheme that can be relief to parents in Jiwaka this year, alluding to education as a priority for the provincial government. Meanwhile, Jiwaka Provincial Administrator Rick Cogan revealed that appointed officers will be going to various tertiary institutions to collect data the coming week. He went on to thank the Jiwaka provincial government and urged all students in Jiwaka to be serious in their academic performances, encouraging academic competitiveness on a national level. Louis Maingo, National EMTV News.
A two-day workshop for journalists will be held at the Melanesian Institute in Goroka next week. On the topic, Journalism Workshop on Ethical and Impactful Reporting on Sorcery Accusation-Related Violence.
The purpose of the training is to foster collaboration and strengthen ethical journalism to impactful reporting on sorcery accusation-related violence, gender-based violence, and substance abuse. throughout the
transforming into a fully operational livestock station. The local community of Mengar has welcomed these changes, with live cattle now seen grazing and newly constructed holding pens in place. One of the key highlights of Wariman's progress is the newly built institutional lodging for staff. Designed to match high-quality residential homes in the nation's capital, this infrastructure investment aims to boost staff morale and productivity. Wariman Station Manager Giru Hupato expressed that it is exciting to see the station coming back to life. Progress so far includes ongoing revitalization and excavation works, debris removal and paddock setup, complete welding of the stockyard, and construction of additional holding pens for cattle. The manager noted that, with continued efforts, Wariman Livestock Station is on its way to becoming a key player in Papua New Guinea's agricultural sector. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
It's becoming increasingly more important to deal with money laundering and countering terrorist financing.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving politically exposed persons, reporting of suspicious transactions.
The trend is that we have been seeing increasing number of kidney diseases, ones where we can treat and then they recover.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing crystal meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
You're watching National EMTV News. And now moving to overseas news. The Vatican says Pope Francis' condition has worsened and is now considered critical after he suffered a prolonged asthma-like respiratory crisis.
This is a concerning update out of the Vatican. For the past 3 days, we heard that Pope Francis's condition was improving. We've now learned that his health has declined and is considered to be in a critical condition. It's after he suffered a respiratory crisis. We've learned that he is alert. However, he is requiring a high flow of oxygen. A statement from the Vatican said that he's had blood transfusions due to a low platelet count, indicating anemia. In the statement, the Vatican said that the Pope is not out of danger. Now, the Pope was admitted to hospital earlier this week suffering from bronchitis. He's now battling pneumonia in both of his lungs. It was suggested that he may take part in public prayers this weekend. The Vatican has since ruled that out. Now, this latest update comes 24 hours after the Pope's medical team gave quite a promising update. In it, the doctors said that he was fine, that his life wasn't in danger. They said that he was able to get up and get out of bed and move around, that he was eating well, that he was even able to do some light paperwork. The doctor did, however, say that his condition could change by the day, and that appears to be what we've seen here. In his early 20s, Pope Francis had a part of his right lung removed due to a bout of pneumonia then, so he is highly vulnerable and susceptible to respiratory illnesses. He'll now spend a 9th night in Rome's Gemelli Hospital, and we aren't expecting to have another update on his health until he wakes.
Protesters have taken to the streets of Tel Aviv, demanding the release of the remaining hostages, while the latest captives to be freed have been reunited with their families.
3 days ago, there was an outpouring of grief here in Israel as the bodies of four dead hostages were returned home. That feeling is still Ilya Cohen, Omer Shemtov and Omer Venkert, all abducted from the Nova Music Festival on October 7, 2023 and released together. Their loved ones overcome with emotion watching their return live on TV. The sixth and final hostage, Hisham El-Sayed, presented to the Red Cross away from the crowd. Held since 2015 after also crossing into Gaza. The men flown to hospital, one chopper flying over the crowds in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv. Omer Venkert overwhelmed at the support as he arrived for medical checks. Those joyous scenes come as the nation continues to mourn. The memory of the four dead Israeli hostages returned last week, still at the front of many people's minds. In particular, the Bibas family, mother Shiri and children Ariel and Kafir. Israel says forensic tests show no evidence to back up Hamas's claims they were killed in an Israeli airstrike, insisting the children were murdered. Hamas rejecting those accusations. Yarden Bibas, the only member of the family left behind, is thanking the community for their support, but is asking for details about his wife and children's deaths not to be discussed.
Australian Weather Bureau says it is predicting a tropical low of Queensland's far north coast will likely develop into a cyclone.
The system is more than 500 kilometres northeast of Cairns and moving away from the coast, but strong winds could still be felt along the northern coast and further inland. The system's path is also uncertain, but the Bureau says cyclonic effects could still be felt.
New Zealand is accusing the Chinese Navy of conducting a second round of live fire exercises in the international waters.
On Friday, the first set of drills saw airlines from several countries mod paths over the Tasman Sea after China gave short notice that its Navy would hold live fire exercises in international waters off the New South Wales coast. Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong has raised concerns over the incident with her Chinese counterpart at the G20 summit in Johannesburg.
Germany is nearing the end of a dramatic and divisive election campaign in which the far-right Alternative for Germany party is ready to secure the second highest number of votes of any party in parliament.
I think it will be delicious.
Ziham Shalalabi and her daughter Eva fled to Germany in 2017 when the Syrian civil war was raging.
I don't look like you. I thought that I have to look for a place where I can settle down with my daughter. I don't want to stay in a place where I'm not sure if I will get a visa after 2 years or not.
They were among more than 1 million refugees who entered Germany after the borders were opened in 2015. They've made a life here in the eastern state of Thuringia, but they're increasingly feeling unwelcome.
I'm pretty scared. I've grown up here. I lived here for longer than I've lived anywhere else. I feel like this is my home.
Anti-immigrant sentiment is rising across Europe and has become the far-right's political centrepiece. And its message is resonating with a growing number of voters. It's politicised recent attacks by people who have sought asylum in Germany, including 2 separate car rammings and stabbings, which have left 11 dead and hundreds injured.
The state of Thuringia is a stronghold for the AfD. The voters here helped the party secure the largest share of ballots at the last election, the first time the far right has done that since World War II. The question now, can it replicate that success across the country?
Carolyn and Leonardo are among the crowd. Both are 22 years old and see themselves as the future face of the party.
In my opinion, we have far too many people in this country who do not recognise our principles, the way we live here.
Ultimately, we have to represent the interests of Germans, namely Germans who were born here, who have worked here for years.
The party is also benefiting from Russian meddling. A Kremlin-backed disinformation campaign known as Doppelganger is spreading lies online to undermine the mainstream parties and destabilise the West.
They set up copied websites of reputable news organizations with just a minor change, and then broadcast their own propaganda and disinformation through these websites.
A leak from a company associated with the campaign revealed its objective was to boost the AfD's popularity to 20% in the polls, which the party has already reached.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Chokai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus we're ready to go.
Nipla Halivim Wari Belong You.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi kids, I'm Steffi. Join me on Kids Corner for story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Join me every weekdays from 3:30 to 5:30 for Kids Corner on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The annual Pennants Golf Competition has kicked off its round 1 at the Port Moresby Royal Golf Club today.
During the presentations, Telecom Limited Sales and Marketing Head of Department, Mark Wittan, gave his remarks on the competition.
The Pennants competition is a true testament of teamwork. And I say that obviously two individuals would play. It's different for those that don't play, but I'm a golfer myself, so I understand what you commit and what you get from the game. Testament of teamwork, skill and sportsmanship. Over the years, this tournament has showcased incredible talent, fierce but friendly competition, and most importantly, the camaraderie that makes the club and players so special. The dedication to the teams, the guidance of the committee, and the enthusiasm of the players ensure that the tradition of golf remains strong in our community. Thank you for that. At Telecom, we understand the power of connection, whether it's through technology or through friendships, and networks built on the fairways of this beautiful course. Sponsoring the Pennants tournament is our way of investing in the sporting culture of PNG.
He also highlighted the key objectives of the competition and further thanked the participating teams.
As we tee off the 2025 season, I encourage all players to embrace the game with a passion, determination and sense of fun. Whether you win or not, every round presents an opportunity to grow friendships and enjoy the best game in the world, golf. Once again, I'd like to extend my gratitude to the Royal PNG Golf Club. Thank you for their partnership and teams for the dedication. Involved in making this season a success. Telecom is honoured to be part of the journey and look forward to an exciting competition ahead. May your drives be long, your putts be true and your scorecards friendly. Enjoy the season. Thank you very much.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Now moving to netball, the Telecom 2 women's team has defeated Minpac 1 to qualify for the semi-finals of the private company's netball competition.
Telecom Limited Team 2 defied all odds to make a strong return from a tie to beat Minpac 22-17. Team captain Georgette Kose made her remarks.
Today was a tough one. We played first and second halves. We drew at 14-14. So the bench had to give us 10 minutes. Today, but well done, Min Pack, and I also like to thank our supporters that came along today. We wish you all the best, and our dependents and our spouses that came to watch today. So well done, team. Thank you, Telecom Limited, for the support again.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Capital Insurance women's team beat Kumul Consolidated Holdings Limited 13-11 at the Rita Flynn Courts in Port Moresby today.
Capital Insurance captain Wena Laka shared the highlights of the gameplay.
It was a tough game. It was really a tough game because we don't train together. Firstly, because we work until 5 o'clock and then we just go home. But it was a tough game. I like that the ladies actually read each other's game and made every shot count. Well, we only have a week to prepare ourselves because we face Moni Plus. They're a tough team as well. So we need to work on our shots, our mid-court and our fitness.
She also acknowledged the people behind the team.
I'd like to say thank you to our families that came out to support, especially my parents, my 2 kids, and our families from Capital that came out to support today. Thank you.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The trial match between the Goroka Bintangor Lahanis and Lacenex Tigers took place yesterday at the National Sports Institute in Goroka. At full time, the scoreboard showed 22-18 with the Tigers defeating Lahanis on home ground. The second trial games will be held in Jiwaka between the Wagi Tumbes on the 8th of March, while the third trials will be in Goroka with the Mendi Muruks before the final announcement of the 2025 National Rugby League Cup. Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello Better Banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom more bundles. Top up now.
It's becoming increasingly more important to deal with money laundering and countering terrorist financing.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving politically exposed persons, reporting of suspicious transactions.
The trend is that we have been seeing increasing number of kidney diseases, ones where we can treat and then they recover.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing crystal meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Now moving to overseas sports. The Brisbane Broncos have secured the preseason challenge trophy after defeating the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs 28-14.
Ben Hunt made an impressive return for Brisbane, having a hand in all three of his team's first half tries and a successful partnering with Adam Reynolds in the halves. Michael Maguire's men surging to the top of the table to knock off St George Illawarra out of contention for the pre-season challenge crown and claim the $100,000 prize money.
In round 2 of the Super Rugby Pacific, the Western Force have defeated the ACT Brumbies 45 points to 42 in Canberra.
Alex Carey provided an early highlight with a stunning one-handed catch to dismiss opener Phil Salt for 10. Opener Ben Duckett smashed 165 on a batter-friendly wicket in Lahore to propel England to 8 for 351, which was a record total in the tournament's history. But an unbeaten century from wicketkeeper Josh Inglis and a 69 from Carey helped Australia reach the target with 15 balls to spare. Leeds-born Inglis was named player of the match for his unbeaten 120 from 86 balls.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Join me every Thursday night as Sports Scene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
Always on top of it. Now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name's Gemma Schnobel and you're watching.
All the younger ones should follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari Belong You.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And now looking at the weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City mostly cloudy with some showers. Daru mostly cloudy with some showers. Kerema partly cloudy with some showers. Alotau becoming cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms, and Popondetta cloudy with rain showers, drizzles and possible thunderstorms. In the Momase region, Ley City partly sunny then possible few showers. Medang partly sunny then few showers. Wewak mostly fine to partly sunny then few possible showers. Vanimo partly cloudy with some showers, and moving to the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau partly cloudy with brief showers, Kavieng partly cloudy with brief showers, Kokopo and Rabaul partly cloudy with some showers, Kimbe overcast with potential heavy rain and thunderstorms, Buka partly cloudy with brief showers. And the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa, mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Mendi, Tari and Wabek, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 23rd of February 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Smile O'Clock.